Hi gang, this is Mike Garner from MrMikeGarner.com on Mr GTV or wherever you're viewing this. Come with me on a journey. Just driving to go and get my lunch. Woke up this morning, power cut again, no Wi-Fi, unexpected. And that's what I want to talk about, dealing with the unexpected. Dealing with things that you never thought would happen. Sometimes what you thought would happen doesn't. Sometimes things happen that you never imagined. Trust me, everything is part of a bigger plan, but it's possibly not our plan. We're connected to everybody and everything. We're just one piece of the jigsaw. And the best way to deal with it is to try and see the bigger picture, but sometimes from our point of view, our perspective of little me, we don't see the bigger picture. There is a process where you can go from little me to big me, and that's not by eating loads of breakfasts. You don't necessarily have to grow in physical size to grow in power, and you don't necessarily have to grow mentally or spiritually to get visionary thinking. If you look at Yoda in the Star Wars film, a little goblin type thing, look how powerful he was. You can be like that, and that's another process. Just want to say that quite often people don't meet your expectations, and that's your fault, not theirs, because they were your expectations. People are what they are, and when you expect something of them and then they don't do what you think is going to happen, it's because you thought something was going to happen. It started with your thinking and your expectations. Remove those expectations. Remove those projections. And even though I goal set and goal get, I live in the moment as best as I can. But trust me, I get disappointed as well. People confound me, dumbfound me, disappoint me. I don't react like I used to. I sort of accept it more now. But I'm only human after all. So I'm just sharing from my learning and my experiences that I've often found, very often found, that what you give you don't get. And if you expect people to be what you expect them to be, probably based on your own standards and values, you're probably going to set yourself up for disappointment. So don't do that. Just accept people as they are. Don't control people, and don't think on any level that what you think is going to happen will happen. Just if it does happen, well, great. But if it doesn't, don't be surprised, and have some sort of coping strategy, some empowerment technique that allows you to deal with disappointment and frustration. And if I can help you with that, then we need a chat. Then there's situations that go wrong. There's events that go wrong, and jobs that go wrong, and investments that go wrong, and contracts that go wrong, or businesses that go wrong, or anything in your life and business that can go wrong. And what do you do with that? And the world at the moment seems to be going terribly wrong. What we thought was going to be our experience in the now and what we're planning to happen next isn't happening, it's changing. And that's because we're only one part of the jigsaw. And at the moment, the bigger picture is being controlled by other people. All you can do is control your part of the picture. Get control of your piece. Don't lose your piece. Don't lose your story in the bigger picture. I personally believe this will swing round. But from all my divination, tarot, psychic connection, messages, insights, prophecies, I don't think it's going to happen soon. I think there's going to be, I think we're going to be able to put the brakes on a lot of stuff that people are saying will be the worst outcome. Maybe I'm praying that in my lifetime I don't see what some people are saying is going to be the worst outcome. I'm not going to mention what it is because I don't want to be deplatformed. From my point of view, I can live with them within my own bubble. I've got a bubble in my head and I've got a bubble in my body. In other words, I live a thought life and I detach that from my physical experiences, and then I've got a personal physical experience, my piece of the jigsaw, and I detach that from the bigger picture. If you're able to do that, that's my best advice. If you're not able to do that, again, we need a chat. But a lot of the stuff that we worry about, we've got no control over. And I said before, if you can do something about it, get busy doing something about it. If you can't do something about it, stop worrying about it because you can't do anything about it. But what is, I want to make this reasonably short. And what I'm going to say is that Buddha teaches that it's our resistance to what is that gives us our suffering. I'll say that again, that it's our resistance to what is that gives us our suffering. That friends that let us down, families that let us down, people that we're in relationships with, whether it's personal, private, domestic, romantic or business, work colleagues left and right, or up and down the pyramid that we've created, the hierarchy in our life. When people let us down, that's what they are. That just is. When your health deteriorates or something happens, you have an accident or an event that you didn't choose, that just is. Just because you didn't choose doesn't mean you have to lose. You can be a winner in these situations by having integrity, dignity, maintaining your balance until these things pass. It's our resistance to these things that gives us our suffering. If we accept them and don't resist them, we suffer less. Make neutral your default mood. Can't always be happy. Some people say to me, oh, it's all positive thinking what you do, isn't it, Mike? Well, positive thinking is better than negative thinking. Definitely. Being positive about your expectations and your outcomes is better than being pessimistic and miserable, moaning and complaining any day of the week. Ask your friends, do they want to hear you moaning and complaining? I don't think so. I think they much prefer you to share something positive, something edifying, something fun, tell a joke, make them laugh, cheer them up. But you can't always be like that when there's shit going on in your life, in your relationships, in your business, in your work. This road is very bumpy, you probably noticed that. I apologise, but it's Thailand, I'm in the jungle. So, what you do, you just ride it out. You just default to neutral. You just create a state of being. I've said this many times, but I never apologise for repeating myself because it's important that we are human beings. We've just got to be with the shit that comes at you. Rise above it. Or just be with it. Don't resist it because it's happened. And possibly you'll never know why. And you spend, and I spend, and people spend a long time analysing why, which is why I don't do counselling. I do change work. You probably never work out why, which is why analysis is transactional analysis, meditation, mediation. Meditating on the problem, talking about the problem. You've still got the problem. You just expand the problem by putting your attention on it. I meditate and mediate and talk to my clients, and my inner talk is all about the solution and what I want to create, not what is, but what's next, what's better. So why is a weak word? What can I learn and what can I do to shift from this is a far better way of discussing it internally, thinking about it, processing it. So don't resist, because that will give you suffering. Don't ask why, because it's just happened. You'll never work it out. You never know why somebody did something, said something, reacted in a certain way, because you're not them. We're all connected at a certain level, but you're not their personality. At a higher level, we're all one. But at a personality level, we're all autonomous, we're all individuals. people have got the right to let you down. In the same way that you've got the right to change your mind. And don't guilt trip people. Don't play emotional games, that's cruel. Don't devalue people. But you can learn when somebody lets you down, when somebody disrespects you, abuses you. You just don't go back for more. So, Buddha says, as I said before, that it's our resistance that gives us our suffering. So don't resist. Go with the flow. And at the moment, there's a lot to go with, isn't there? All the stuff that's going on in the world. As I say, I'm on a journey and I'm nearly at my destination now. I don't know when the world's going to be at a destination that we expected. Probably the evolution of society, mankind and consciousness is an ongoing process. And because we are at some level just one piece in the jigsaw, it's quite hard to see the bigger picture. I use tarot to get insights. I use dowsing and meditation. I access higher levels of consciousness, but who knows if I'm right? You'll be the judge of that if you come for a session. But all I can say to you is that we're all on a journey at the moment, and the more of us collectively that support each other, love each other, and raise each other's vibration, the better this planet, humanity and consciousness will be, and your life will be. So if I can help you with a chat, I'm here for that. And maybe check me out on Mr. GTV and see some of the stuff that I'm sharing for free. Be powerful, enjoy your mind, have a wonderful day, and stop resisting, because that's where your suffering is going to come from. Go with the flow. Be powerful. Have a good day. God bless.